Greetings, Your Royal Highness, dignitaries and experts who have gathered at the Prince Mahidol Award Conference 2023 on setting a new health agenda at the nexus of climate change, environment, and biodiversity. For 5 decades, my life has been dedicated to the protection of biodiversity in forests and on farms, and increasingly now, the biodiversity that we are as healthy beings, the 100 trillion companions we walk with in our gut microbiome. And my work before that in physics and the foundations of quantum theory, with a PhD on non-locality in quantum theory, has taught me that everything is interconnected. Separation is an illusion of the mind. And that separation is at the basis of disease and ecological instability. When we see ourselves as part of the earth, part of relationships with other beings, we realize we are entangled interbeings. We care for the earth and we care for ourselves. Separation allows us to imagine that nature is inert, nature is dead, biodiversity is just objects to be exploited and thrown away. The result has been creating scientific paradigms and economic paradigms that know no limits. And the violation of planetary limits and ecological limits are at the root of all ecological crises and relatedly all the health crises. When we respect the integrity and limits of species, we are connected through health. When we destroy the integrity, we create a relationship of disease. When we destroy forests and their biodiversity to grow commercial monocultures of GMO soya in the Amazon and palm oil in Indonesia and Africa, we create epidemics like Ebola, HIV, Zika, the Kiasnul forest disease, 300 new emergent infectious diseases. And when we destroy the biodiversity within us, we create chronic diseases. When we destroy the biodiversity of our gut microbiome with industrial food and ultra-processed food, chronic diseases like diabetes and cancer and neurodegenerative diseases take an epidemic proportion. I have been compelled to look at what happened to biodiversity in agriculture when the land of the Green Revolution in Punjab erupted in huge violence in 1984. I did a report then for the United Nations University on the Green Revolution. And since then, I have studied in a very deep scientific way how an agriculture that does not respect diversity, that does not respect the relationships between living soil, living plants, and human beings, has become the single biggest cause of both planetary health damage as well as our damage to health. Industrial agriculture is responsible for 75% of planetary destruction. The commodity-based, fossil fuel-intensive, chemical-intensive, capital-intensive agriculture and food system contributes to 50% of the greenhouse gases that are causing climate havoc and threatening agriculture. 11 to 15% from production itself, or 15 to 18% as we invade into forests to grow commodities that go for biofuel and animal feed. 5 to 20% from processing and long-distance transport that I call food miles, and 2 to 4% waste. The same system that is causing climate havoc is also creating new disasters for people. My own country, we have witnessed 1999, the Orissa super cyclone, 2013, the Kedarnath disaster, 2021, the Rishiganga disaster, and mountains are slipping, towns are sinking. We have created a system of climate refugees. When we destabilize the Earth systems, we destroy the climate. We know that the earth is a self-organized being. It is a living being called Gaia, called Pachamama, called Vasundhara. And she managed her climate by reducing the temperatures from 290 degrees to 13 degrees, by reducing the carbon dioxide from 98% to 0.03%. And yet, as we increase fossil fuel use and the use of fossil fuel-based chemicals, we have created pollution to the atmosphere and the destruction of the biosphere, which manages the atmosphere. The result has been what's called climate havoc. But it has also meant that the very people who've not contributed to the problem are suffering most. 1% of humanity, the rich, are the major polluters. 10% contribute to more than 50% of the atmospheric pollution leading to climate change. And yet the impact is felt by people in the Bay of Bengal, people in the high mountains of the Himalaya who never contributed to greenhouse gas emissions. I see climate havoc as the metabolic disorder of the earth as a living system, just as metabolic disorders are destroying our health. We need to shift to one health, recognizing the self-organization, interconnectedness, diversity as the basis of life and the basis of health. One health transcends the atomistic fragmented thought based on separation. We've always been told that somehow this violence, the use of fossil fuels, the use of fossil fuel-based chemicals will increase health by providing more food. Nothing could be further from the truth. Our work at Navdanya has shown that the more you intensify biodiversity, the more you intensify care for the soil, the more the production takes place and the more nutrition is available to us. Food has lost 70% of its nutrition. More than that, it's full of toxics, glyphosates that's spreading cancer, pesticides that are leading to death. 200,000 annual deaths according to the UN rapporteur because of pesticide poisoning. We can do a better job. The new sciences of life, the new sciences of living systems, the area on which I work, are showing us that care for the earth is the most important climate action. Care for the earth is the most important health action. Care for the earth is the most effective way to provide for our needs, so no one goes hungry. No one is without food. No one is without the right to healthy food, which is the single biggest contributor to health. As was recognized during the COVID, more and more people started to focus on food. Hippocrates has said, let food be thy medicine. Ayurveda, the most ancient health system of the world, says, Annam sarva aushadhi. Food is the best medicine. And of course, bad food is the single biggest cause for environmental havoc as well as a health havoc. 75% chronic diseases come from the same system that is destroying the biodiversity of the planet, the climate system of the planet, and destroying our health. Health is one health of interconnectedness, and diversity is the basis of all systems. One health allows us to take care of the earth and take care of each other. My quantum worldview and the ecological perspective have taught me that non-separation is the way to proceed, recognizing that every species, especially the microbes, have such a huge contribution to our health. We need to start becoming respectful of our virome and our biome. We need to start realizing that our friendly beings are the basis of health, not the threat to our existence. And it is balance and harmony in living systems that contributes it. Let me end with the prayer we say in India, Sarve bhavantu sukhina, sarve santu niramaya. Let all beings be happy. Let all be free from illness. Thank you.